So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix. Welcome to an academy. So in these sessions, we are going to start the communication system and we are going to study the communication system like never before. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared ESC examination 2 times, both times in double digit rank. And I have also served as a Group A Gazette officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. And I have also cleared a lot of public sector examinations. So right now I'm teaching on an academy and I really feel proud to be the part of the Unacademy team, because Unacademy is the revolution in the field of free education and in the field of affordable education. And we as a team are really looking forward for every student to just come onto the Unacademy platform. You can attend the special classes, you can come onto this YouTube channel and you can stay connected with us so that you can understand the quality education and you can understand the efforts that we are putting in, so that every student of this country, whether he stays in a village or he stays in a town, should get the access of the content, that too in a very affordable prices, and he can also or she can also clear the examination with the best possible ranks. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy with more than 15 million watch minutes in the overall duration and 2 million watch minutes in the last 30 days. So I am right now the top educator in Unacademy across all the branches, having rank 4 right now. And you can also follow me on Unacademy on this particular link. So you can go and follow me on Unacademy. Apart from that, my advice to every student is that how should you crack the examination and what are the components to cracking the examination. So the first question that comes to the mind, that can anyone prepare from the YouTube? Yes, you can prepare from the YouTube, but you should develop or cultivate some habits in yourself. For example, you should be very much disciplined. You should arrange the extra resources. For example, the PDFs you have to arrange, the test series you have to arrange by yourself, and most importantly, that self-discipline you should be containing in yourself, so that you can be very corrective manner and you can approach the examination in the best possible manner. So all these things you have to arrange yourself. The sense of competitiveness you have to cultivate in yourself, because the audience on the YouTube are not that much of competitive in nature, or maybe you cannot feel the competition which is present right now. So all these things are the part of the journey if you want to prepare through the YouTube, or maybe if you want to prepare through the free resources. Apart from that, if you want that you should get complete content, then this is the YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel itself, all the free content are available. You just have to go to the playlist. All the subjects are completed there. You just have to go and watch all the lectures one by one. Definitely will be getting benefited. But the extra things that I have told you, that the self-discipline and the sense of competitiveness and a lot of things you have to arrange by yourself. If you are comfortable in that, then you can do that. Apart from that, you should also have an Unacademy learning app, so that the special classes you can attend. A lot of educators in this country are actually providing the special classes, that too absolutely free of cost, so that you can get the quality content in the best possible manner. Apart from that, there is also another component for you, which is Unacademy Plus. So on Unacademy Plus, what is your job? You just have to study. If you join this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to worry about the crash courses, weekly test, doubt solving sessions, the language barrier, rank improvement batches, live classes. So all these things will be taken care by the Unacademy. You just have to take the Unacademy Plus subscription and you have to come on to the Unacademy. You will be daily getting the live classes. You will be getting the crash courses. When you will be getting the crash courses? When the syllabus are completed. You will be getting the weekly test in the form of quizzes. Every fourth class is the doubt solving session, which is the major you can say the component or the major impact will be creating on your studies will be this doubt solving group. Because until and unless your doubts are not being cleared, until and unless you are not able to clear your doubts, you will never get the confidence in the subject. So once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, every fourth class is doubt solving session. Apart from that, various other doubt solving sessions are going on. So ultimately you will be getting your doubts cleared and you will gain confidence in the subject. The language barrier will not be an issue, because the batches will be running both Hindi and in English, and rank improvement batches will also be there. So all these things are the component of this Plus subscription. Once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to be worried about your self-discipline, your competitiveness nature. Everything will be present on Unacademy, because a lot of other students will be there. Since the classes will be live, you can also watch it recorded later on. So the discipline automatically comes, because you get the idea that you will be having the daily live classes. Apart from that, there is also one Iconic subscription. In this Iconic subscription, the game changer is this personal coach. So this subscription is for them who thinks that their basics are weak, or those who are talented but they needs a continuous push. So this personal coach will be guiding you throughout your strategy. he will be giving you the study planners, you will be getting the study booster sessions. Once you will get the test, you will be getting the analytics. Analytics plays a major role in improving yourself. We as a teacher also get our analytics so that we can improve on the daily basis. So once you start getting the analytics, you will be also improving massively on the daily basis. Apart from that, there will also be the guidance for the mains once you clear the prelims, and there will also be the guidance for the interview once you clear the mains. So once you take the Iconic subscription, all the benefits of the Plus are included by default in this. And if you take the Plus subscription, then also these things will be included in that, though, so that will also create impact in your preparation, so that you just have to study. Rest of the things will be taken care by Unacademy. So now let us start the class and let us understand what we have to study in this particular topic.
Hello friends, welcome to this lecture of communication systems. In the last lecture we were studying about the coherent receivers for BFSK. So in this lecture we will study about the non-coherent receivers for BFSK. So in case of BFSK, we know that our modulated signal is S1T, which is A cos 2 pi F1T, and another one will be S2T, which will be A cos 2 pi F2T. It will be in the duration 0 to TB. This will also be in the duration 0 to TB. This is when 1 is transmitted. This is when 0 is transmitted. So let me give you the basic setup of non-coherent receivers. In this, your BFSK signal will travel through the channel. Somewhere in the channel, white noise gets added up. Then it is passed through two different filters. So one is band pass filter, which is centered at F1. Another one is also band pass filter, which is centered at F2. Then the output of this band pass filter is given to the envelope detector, and output of this band pass filter is also given to the envelope detector. So this plus minus, then this output is given to the 0 to TB, an integrator, and this output is then given to the decision device. So this is lambda y. So whenever y greater than lambda, it decides in the favor of 1. Whenever y less than lambda, it decides in the favor of 0. So here lambda we are assuming to be 0. Now first of all, I'll be telling you about the signal analysis only, and then you can have a comparative analysis that how the noise would have been behaving. So suppose we are transmitting 1, with respect to 1 we are transmitting the signal A cos 2 pi F1T. So for the time being I'm neglecting this particular noise. So this S of T is transmitted. Since this band pass filter is centered at F1, so it will allow the S1T at the output, and this S1T will reach here and here also, but this is centered at F2, so it will not allow the S2T. Now what will be the envelope of this S1T? The envelope of this S1T you can very clearly see from here is that A, and since it is 0, so the envelope will also be 0. Now input of this integrator is A, so the output can be written as ATB. Now you can very clearly see here that this ATB is greater than 0, so this receiver will decide in the favor of 1. So you transmitted 1, the receiver has decided in the favor of 1. Now suppose the noise would have been introduced in it. So what would have been? The noise would have been added in this particular ATB, and maybe this ATB would have been positive, or with the effect of noise it might have been negative, so there might be the chance of probability of error. But we can say that as long as this ATB plus the component of noise is greater than 0, it will always decide in the favor of 1. So this ATB is a positive quantity, so it will surely try to make this noise component positive. So the positive quantity, when gets added to the noise, then there is very much chance that this quantity will be positive, but in some cases it might be negative, so that will lead to the probability of error. Similarly, suppose if I have to transmit the S2T, which is A cos 2 pi F2T. So in case of S2T, you can say that the S2T will be reaching here and here. So this S2T will not be allowed by this, so it becomes 0. It is centered at F2, so it will allow the S2T. Now since it is 0, so the envelope will also be 0, and S2T has also envelope of A, so it will become A. Now the output here will become minus A, because it will be 0 minus A, and the integrated value will become minus ATB. So this is negative, and if this is less than 0, so it will decide in the favor of 0. So you transmitted 0 here and it decided in the favor of 0. Now again understand the effect of the noise. Suppose if noise would have been introduced, then the output would have been minus ATB plus some noise component. So you are trying to add the noise in already negative quantity. So there is a lot of chances that this quantity is going to remain negative. So it will decide in the favor of 0. Sometimes it may become positive. So it will decide in the favor of 1. And there you can get the probability of bit error. So the purpose of this particular receiver is that it is eliminating the phase synchronization effect, which was disturbing the coherent receivers. So it has eliminated the need of the phase synchronization or the generation of carrier at the receiver. So with the help of envelope detector, we are again able to detect 1 as 1, 0 as 0 most of the times. And when 1 is detected as 0 or 0 is detected as 1, in all those cases, the probability of bit error is going to occur. And the probability of bit error formula in this case is 1 by 2 e power minus a square TB by 4n0. Again, these non-coherent receivers are not at all important. So if you want to remember this particular formula, so you can remember for non-coherent receivers for BFSK. Now after understanding all the points of the FSK, let us try to understand the M-array FSK. So in what is the purpose of this M-array FSK? We know that in case of M-array FSK, we know that at the output of the encoder, the binary stream is generated. So we can say that binary stream is generated at the output of the encoder, at the output of the encoder. In those binary streams, n bits are grouped together. N bits are grouped together, and we know that each group of n bit is called as a symbol. So we know that the combination of n bits is called as a symbol. So whenever you will combine n bits, you are always going to generate 2 power capital N symbols. Sometimes we call it as M. We know that duration of each bit is TB. So the duration of symbol will become TS, which is equal to NTB. So this much we already know. Now, what will happen in case of M-array FSK? In case of M-array FSK, n bits are grouped together. N bits are grouped together to form 2 power capital N symbols, and the duration of those symbols is 0 to TS, and we know that TS is nothing but NTB. Now each symbol is represented by sinusoidal band pass pulse of duration TS equal to NTB, and each sinusoidal pulse sinusoidal pulse must have same amplitude, same phase, but different frequencies. Now we can write the general expression of M array FSK as SKT equal to A cos 2 pi FKT. So that where K varies from 0, 1 up to M minus 1 and duration will be 0 to TS, where TS is nothing but NTB. So you can say that this particular expression is representing M band pass pulses corresponding to the different symbols. Now each band pass pulse have same amplitude and it has phase 0, but the frequency is changing. So for example, if I have to explain it for 4 array FSK, so I can write this SKT as A cos 2 pi FKT, where K will vary from 0, 1, 2, 3 and the duration will be from 0 to TS, and obviously this TS will always be equal to 2 TB. So you can write this S0 T will be equal to A cos 2 pi F0 T, and this will be duration 0 to TB for corresponding symbol 0, 0. Similarly, another band pass pulse you can write it as A cos 2 pi F1T. In the duration 0 to 2 TB, this will be 2 TB for the symbol 0, 1. Similarly, another pulse S2T can be written as A cos 2 pi F2T in the duration 0 to 2 TB for 1, 0. And another band pass pulse can be written as A cos 2 pi F3T in the duration 0 to 2 TB for bit 1, 1. So this can also be written as S of T. Now you know that since it has 4 different signals, so it has different frequencies for all of them. So you can also write it as S of T will be equal to S0 T, which is A cos 2 pi F0 T, S1T as A cos 2 pi F1T, S2T as A cos 2 pi F2T, S3T as A cos 2 pi F3T. And all these symbols or all these sinusoidal pulses have same duration of 2 TB. This is also has the duration of 2 TB. It also has the duration of 2 TB, and this also has the duration of 2 TB. So you can say that all the band pass pulses have same amplitude and all the base band pass pulses have same duration. So that is why this FSK or M array FSK is also called as constant energy modulation scheme. So that is why it is also called as constant energy modulation scheme. So suppose if I have to write the energy of a sinusoidal pulse representing a symbol, so I can write it as A square by 2 into TS. So this will be the energy of a sinusoidal pulse representing a symbol. You also know that you can also represent the energy of the sinusoidal pulse in 1 bit duration, so it can become A square by 2 TB. So this ES can be written as A square by 2. We already know that symbol duration is NTB, so this can be written as ES equal to A square by 2 n I am taking here as common, so this ES becomes n EB. Also, you can write the formula of A as root 2 times ES by TS. So all these formulas for S of t can be modified as under root of under root of 2 ES by TS cos 2 pi F naught t in the duration 0 to TS for symbol 0, 0. Next, it can be written as root 2 ES by TS cos 2 pi F1t in the duration 0 to TS for 0, 1. Next, it can be written as root 2 ES by TS cos 2 pi F2t in the duration 0 to TS for 1, 0. And finally, it can be root 2 ES by TS cos 2 pi F3t in the duration 0 to TS for symbol 1, 1. Now you can also modify it as, let me write this root ES separately and remaining functions together. So you can write it as 2 pi F naught t in the duration 0 to TS. Similarly, it can also be written as root ES root 2 by TS cos 2 pi F1t in the duration 0 to TS. Then you can write it as root ES root 2 by TS cos 2 pi F2t in the duration 0 to TS. And finally, you can write root ES root 2 by TS cos 2 pi F3t in the duration 0 to TS. Now you can see that all the expressions which are written here are in the form of orthonormal basis functions. So I can call this function as phi naught t, this function as phi 1t, this function as phi 2t, and this function as phi 3t. We already know that in case of FSK, for every bandpass pulse we will need a different orthonormal basis function because frequencies are different. If frequencies are different, then for every sinusoidal bandpass pulse we will need a different orthonormal basis function. And you can very clearly see from here that these orthonormal basis functions are forming a set of mutually orthonormal basis functions, because you can choose any two of these different orthonormal basis functions. Their inner product is always going to be 0, because we already know that cosinusoidal signals of different frequencies will always have 0 inner product as long as both the frequencies are having integer number of cycles in the given duration. So if I have to calculate 0 TS, which is phi IT into phi JT dt, so it will always be 0 as long as I is not equal to j, because we know that all these frequencies which are generated here, which is whether it is F0, F1, F2, F3, for all those frequencies in general you can write that Fk into Ts will always be some integer. So you can say that if you will multiply two sinusoids of different frequency and you will integrate it in the duration in which both has integer number of cycles, then it is always going to be 0. So all these four orthonormal basis functions are forming mutual set of orthonormal basis functions. Also in this case you can say that we have 4 energy signals, and to represent 4 energy signals we need 4 or less than 4 orthonormal basis functions. For in case of FSK it needs 4 different orthonormal basis functions. So you can also write your S of t as under root of ES phi naught t, under root of ES phi 1t, under root of ES phi 2t, and under root of ES phi 3t. This is in the duration 0 to TS. This is also in the duration 0 to TS. This is also in the duration 0 to TS. And this is also in the duration 0 to TS. And obviously TS is equal to 2 TB in this case. It is with respect to the symbol 0, 0. It is 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Now you can see that if I have to represent this particular signal geometrically, or if I am interested in the constellation diagram. So you know that constellation diagram is geometrical representation of signal waveforms. So we have to represent these waveforms geometrically, and those geometrical axes will be the orthonormal basis functions. So we know that if there was only two orthonormal basis functions, then we could have drawn the axes like this. But if there are four orthonormal basis functions, so on this board we cannot draw the four mutually perpendicular axes. So the problem with the constellation diagram of M array FSK is that the constellation diagram of M array FSK is m dimensional, because there will be m sinusoidal pulses, and each sinusoidal pulse will be requiring a different orthonormal basis function. So each sinusoidal pulse will require a different axis, and all those axes must be mutually perpendicular. So the constellation diagram in this case for M array FSK is m dimensional in nature. Suppose if you have to write your symbols, which is S0 t root es phi 0 t for 0 0, S1 t equal to root es phi 1 t for 0 1, S2 t equal to root es phi 2 t for 1 0, and S3 t equal to under root es phi 3 t for 1 1. Then the coordinate representation of message can be written as, so the coordinate of this particular expression will be root es comma 0 comma 0 comma 0, because the constellation diagram will be four dimensional, or we have to choose four axes which are mutually perpendicular, and on that we have to represent our points. So in two-dimensional platform, or in two-dimensional purposes such as board or your sheet, you cannot draw this particular four perpendicular axes, so you can just represent their coordinates. So it will be 0 comma root es comma 0 comma 0, it will be 0 comma 0 comma root es comma 0, and finally S3 will be 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma root es. So this is very important discussion, that the general expression of M array FSK is SKT equal to A cos 2 pi FKT. This will be in the duration 0 to Ts, and here K will vary from 0 1 2 up to m minus 1, and the general expression of orthonormal basis function becomes root 2 by Ts cos 2 pi FKT, and this will also have the duration 0 to Ts, and here also K will vary from 0 1 2 up to m minus 1. So we will have m dimensional orthonormal basis functions, or m dimensional constellation diagrams. Also, you know that the energy of the sinusoidal pulse will be a square by Ts. In this case also Es by Ts is going to be constant, which is Eb by Tb, and this is also a constant energy modulation scheme. So in this, all the sinusoidals will have same energy, that is why it is called as constant energy modulation scheme. So now you can write the nature of the constellation diagrams, which is binary ASK, binary PSK, and binary FSK. So the nature of the constellation diagram of binary ASK is one dimensional, for binary PSK it is also one dimensional, and for binary FSK it is two dimensional. Now for M array ASK, M array PSK, and M array FSK. So for M array ASK, the concentration diagram is one dimensional because only amplitude is changing. Whenever only amplitude is changing, frequency and phase is same, you can represent all your signal waveform only in the single dimension or the only by using one orthonormal basis function. Similarly, for M array PSK, it will be two dimensional because in case of M array PSK, only phase is changing. Whenever phase is changing, amplitude is constant, frequency is constant, you will need only two orthonormal basis functions in order to represent all the signal waveforms on a geometrical axis or on a concentration diagram. And in case of M array FSK, it requires m-dimensional concentration diagram. So this comparison is very important and you should always keep in mind this particular comparison. Now let us perform another comparison. Of the probability of error. So here I am writing the binary digital modulation Here I am writing type of detection. Here the bit rate, bandwidth. Here the here it is probability of error. Probability of error and then bandwidth. So first of all, we are talking about binary ASK, and if the type of detection is non-coherent, then the probability of error will be 1 by 2 e to the power minus a square TB by 4n0, and again the bandwidth will be 2 times of RB. And if detection is coherent, then probability of error becomes q of under root of a square TB by 4n0, bandwidth will be 2 RB. Another case of BPSK. In case of BPSK, we do not have any non-coherent receivers. We only have coherent receivers. So in case of BPSK, for coherent receiver, the probability of error we have already calculated, and it is coming out to be q of under root of a square TB by n0, and the bandwidth will be 2 RB. In case of binary FSK, we have both non-coherent as well as coherent receivers. So for non-coherent, the probability of error was 1 by 2 e to the power minus a square TB by 4n0, and for coherent receivers we had a square TB by 2n0, and the bandwidth of binary FSK is 2 RB plus F1 minus F2. So if you will see the comparison, so the bandwidth comparison between ASK, PSK and FSK. So in case of bandwidth, the highest bandwidth is of FSK, then PSK and ASK requires similar bandwidth. And if you will compare the probability of error, then you will see that the FSK ASK has highest probability of error, then FSK, and then PSK. So this is the order of the probability of error and order of the bandwidth. Now we also saw another modulation technique which behaves as a non-coherent BPSK, which was DPSK. So in case of DPSK also, the probability of bit error was 1 by 2 e to the power minus a square TB by 2 n naught. And sometimes another term is defined as modulation efficiency or the bandwidth efficiency. So another term sometimes is defined as the bandwidth efficiency, and the bandwidth efficiency is nothing but the bit rate upon bandwidth. So this is the bandwidth efficiency. So till now all the points were very important, and now another modulation scheme which is the combination of ASK as well as PSK, which is known as quadrature amplitude modulation. So let us try to understand this also, that what is quadrature amplitude modulation. So suppose if the concentration diagram is given something like this, this axis is phi 1t, this axis is phi 2t, and this is the concentration diagram. This is signal, this is another signal, and this is the signal. So you can say that all these signals have same phase and amplitude of all these signals are varying, and since we are using only two-dimensional concentration diagram, so we can say that this cannot be FSK, because if there are 5 points, then for FSK it requires 5-dimensional concentration diagram. So it can be either ASK or PSK, but it cannot be PSK because phase of all the symbols or all the sinusoidal pulses are same. So that is why it has to be a ASK. Sorry, let me. So we can call it as 4 array ASK. Similarly, if concentration diagram is given like this, suppose this is phi 1t, phi 2t, and concentration diagram is given like this. These are 4 points. Now you can say that concentration diagrams are lying in a circle, which means the amplitude of all these concentration diagrams is going to be same, so it cannot be ASK. But phase of all the concentration diagrams are changing. You can see that this phase is changing like this, so it has to be 4 array PSK. Now if the concentration diagram is drawn like this, if the concentration diagram is drawn like this, it has 4 points here and it has 4 points here. So this is phi 1t, this is phi 2t. Now if the concentration diagram is drawn like this, so you can say that if you will remain on this particular circle, then it behaves as a PSK, and if you will remain on this particular circle, then it will behave as a PSK. But if you will try to move along this particular axis, then on this axis the phase of these two signal waveforms are same, but their amplitude are changing. So whenever the concentration diagram is mix of ASK plus PSK, such types of concentration represent a special type of modulation which is known as quadrature amplitude modulation, and it is called as 8-point QAM. So this is the representation of QAM. So you must understand that QAM is also a band pass digital modulation technique. So it is also a band pass digital modulation technique. Now you can write the general expression of QAM as Ri cos omega Ct plus theta I in the duration 0 to Ts. So here we are varying this Ri as well as theta I. So we know that if Ri is variable only, and theta I is fixed. So it is going to behave as M array ASK. If Ri is fixed, theta I is variable, then it is going to behave as M array PSK. And if both are variable, Ri is variable as well as theta I is variable, so in that case it is going to behave as QAM. So this is the idea behind the QAM, and one important thing which you must remember about QAM is that QAM is nothing but a band pass digital modulation technique. So it is band pass digital modulation technique. And one last point is we have seen that in case of coherent orthogonal FSK, the relation between this F1 minus F2 was coming out to be N RB by 2. And this F1 minus F2 was N RB by 2. The F1 plus F2 was changing. It was MRB by 2 or MRB, depending upon whether phi is 0 or phi is non-zero. But F1 minus F2 is always NRB by 2. Now if you take the minimum possible value of N, which is F1 minus F2 equal to RB by 2, then the corresponding coherent orthogonal FSK is known as MSK, or minimum shift keying. So if the bandwidth of the minimum shift keying is to be calculated, so we know that bandwidth of the FSK is F1 minus F2 plus 2RB. So it can be written as 2RB. F1 minus F2 is RB by 2, and this can be used as the bandwidth. So thank you so much for this lecture. In the next class we will discuss about the inter-symbol interference as well as information.
So hopefully we have understood every concept in this class. If you have any doubt in any concept, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll try to resolve that thing. Apart from that, you can also follow me on various social media platforms. For example, you can join this Telegram group where you will be getting important notification, important updates. This is Telegram group where you can also comment, you can ask your queries, or maybe you can also suggest me for the improvement. Apart from that, this is my Unacademy profile. On this Unacademy profile, you should also follow me so that you can get the important updates of the Unacademy also, right? And this is the Notion page. You just have to type this tiny.cc/VishalGate. So you will be redirected to a page where all the special classes are arranged very systematically. तो मैंने बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स पे स्पेशल क्लास ले रखी है. फॉर एग्जांपल नाइक्विस्ट, फूरियर सीरीज, latches and flip-flop, double integrations, okay, lot of things are there. So you will be getting all these concepts absolutely free of cost. You just have to type this in your URL. You will be redirected to that page and attend these lectures one by one. You will be getting a next level confidence in these topics that I can guarantee you. Now this is the Notion page of your YouTube, on which you will be getting the links of the YouTube. Apart from that, you will be also getting the PDFs of that particular lecture. So this is very important for you, and just you have to type http://bit.ly/gatelive. So gatelive, you just have to type it in the capital so that you can access all the lectures link and PDF arranged systematically. So if you want to attend or you want to clear the examination with the free resource, then this is the channel for you. This is the best recorded videos which has been ever made. You just have to go to that lecture, just click the link and download the PDF and start studying systematically. So we have also done this for you so that any student, whether he is sitting any part of this country, should not face the difficulty in cracking the examination, whether he can afford or he cannot. Now if you can afford, then the subscription prices are not something which you cannot pay. It is very nominal amount which you can pay, and you can just avoid all the distractions, all the time wastage which we will be doing in downloading those PDFs, arranging them, arranging for the test series, and a lot of other things that you have to arrange, doubt solvings you have to arrange by yourself. If you want to avoid all those distractions in a very nominal amount, so you can go for the Unacademy Plus subscription. For 12-month subscription, you have to pay only 74 rupees per day. Apart from that, for 18-month subscription, which is the best possible subscription, you have to pay 63 rupees per day. It is even lesser than the pizzas that you order on your home. So it is that much of amount that can shape your career, that can give you the best possible rank in the examinations under the guidance of the best teachers of the country, which has been right now placed on the Unacademy. Now 24-month subscription will cost you 54 rupees per day. So these subscription amounts will give you the subscription for the desired period. Apart from that, if you are using this code, you just have to remember this code, write my name, write GATE after it. You can also write ESC after it. So you have to write my name and write ESC after it. So any one of these code, once you apply, you will be immediately getting the 10% discount. You will be getting all the features of the Unacademy. You will be getting the guidance of all the teachers present on Unacademy, and everything you will be getting that is needed to crack the examination once you are using this code. So if you think we are working hard, we are giving our best content, we are giving the free content absolutely for you guys, and everything that is needed for every student to crack the examination. So never forget to use this code whenever you are taking the subscription. So this code is very important and you have to use every time you are taking the subscription. Now those who are interested for the prices, total price amount, so let me tell you, total price is 27,225 for 12 months, 34,650 for 18, and for 24 months it is 39,600. You can also pay this by using zero cost EMI. Zero cost EMI can be paid by credit card and debit card. In debit cards, there are only Bajaj and HDFC as of now available. Okay, so this zero cost EMI means you do not have to pay anything extra. Any interest is not, you should not pay, and you have to pay this much of amount on the daily basis if you are looking for the zero cost EMI option. Apart from that, if you are coming for Iconic subscription, so Iconic mein, I have already told you that your personal coach will be the game changer. He will be he will be basically following you to give you the guidance so that you can get the success in a very short span of time. So he will be following you, he will be pushing you every time. Now once you use this coupon code, this will be costing you around 45,225, and if you are using this coupon code, write my name, GATE after it, you will be getting the 24-month subscription of Iconic in 66,600 rupees. Fine. Apart from that, every one of you should follow this GATE aspirant group, and there also some important notification always comes. Now what are the YouTube channels that you should immediately subscribe? This Creatrix, this is the channel on which you are present. This is Unacademy GATE questions, where previous year questions has been solved by the educators. So you'll be getting all the previous year questions video solution apart from the PDF also. This is the Electrical Junction channel, where you will be getting the important concepts of EC and electrical, and this is Engineering Pathshala, where you will be getting some practical aspect of the videos, some animated videos that will enhance your ability to think. So these are the channels which you should immediately subscribe so that you can get a better content. Fine. Now these are my some YouTube videos which I have created for you. In all of these videos will give you some motivation, guidance, content, and some strategy. So these are hand-picked videos. You can immediately follow these videos. Okay. So thank you so much. And those who are coming on this channel, immediately share all the content which is present on this channel. We are working very hard for you guys. So this is your responsibility that you should share this channel. You should subscribe this channel. Also share the link of this channel, link of the videos, link of the educator whom you follow, so that every student who is needy, they can come onto this channel and they can get the best possible rank. So all the best everyone. Let's crack it.